Hi everyone, it's Knife22 and welcome to my new video, and this video is all about how to actually coordinate your chess pieces, and hopefully you're going to learn a little bit about that today, because I'm going to show you an example from a game which I played on chess.com. I was rated 1041, my opponent was rated 1111, and I was quite happy about this because I'm really starting to consistently beat people rated over 1100. And I find that's a really big gap. Like people over 1100, they don't make too many mistakes or anything like that. So let's just dive right into the game here. I start out with the Italian opening, and I don't often do this very much. I usually play 2 f4 King's Gambit, and here my opponent plays h6. Now I can definitely understand why he played this move. He doesn't want knight f6, and then I played knight b5 to fry the liver, attacking his f7 pawn. So I totally understand it, but it lets me strike in the center a bit faster than he would like. And he has to, in order to defend this pawn, without f6, you have to kind of place this bishop on this nitty-gritty square, where you should really have this d pawn on d6. But anyway, I push the pawn with d5, and he goes down knight to b4. And here I find this a bit of a strange move, because I just play a3, and then this knight's got to go to the rim of the board. I could have traded this knight off here, but if you look at this bishop, it's going to be a really active square. He's not going to be able to get any quick tactics to just launch his bishop, so that'd definitely be a bad trade for a knight on the rim of the board. So I just castle, and my opponent makes a move, knight to c5, and basically in this position, I play knight c3, just defending the pawn, and then after a6 now, I can just attack that knight again, and the knight is kind of lost here. There's nowhere for it to go. So he takes the pawn on e4, and I capture the knight on e4. That was definitely the best move for the knight, because you don't want this strong pawn with other pawns supporting it in the center. I'm going to have to get my pawn to, bishop to b3 and then pawn c4 in order to get that supported. He goes knight f6 now, and I can just take this bishop, double up his pawns, and then play queen to d3. And I think the idea of queen to d3, just, progressing along this file, also it stops the knight from coming to, e4, which could be quite a good square for the knight with possible places on, c3 and such. So he castles in this position. And now I bring the knight back to d2, just to defend this bishop, and I want to get the move f4 and really attacking at his center now. He plays b5, I'd been expecting this for a long time, but I can just sneak the bishop into b3 now. And, you can see these bishops are going to be powering down against this king. I can just shatter this bishop now. And after knight g4, h3, and then the knight goes back to f6, I can now play f4. And from this position, it's clear that I've got an advantage. I'm 2 pawns ahead in material. I've got, most of my pieces are very well connected. This knight is well placed here. This bishop and queen are very well coordinated. And he now goes bishop to b7. Now, don't think, I haven't forgot the aim of this video is how to coordinate your pieces. So, I'm now going to actually show you, now that I have the advantage, how to actually coordinate the pieces. So, I reached kind of like a middle game kind of strategy. It would be an endgame if it wasn't for the queens. And after bishop takes f4, he plays queen e8. And I'm thinking, do I really want the queen trade in this position? And at the moment, I'm thinking, no, I do not want this queen trade. So I put the queen onto f3, just defending this pawn, and ready to get the rook to swing into e1 now. But when he plays the queen back to d8, I can just snag up this pawn. And here he makes yet another mistake. He plays queen b6 check. I can defend with bishop c5, and after queen back to d8, he loses the rook. So I am now a heck of a lot of material up. The pawns are equal, yeah, I'm 1 behind, so I'm 4 points ahead of material, which is quite a lot. And now I play rook from a to e1, just along the open file, queen d6. Now, I'm sure a grandmaster could win of this in about 5 moves, but I couldn't find coordinated for about 10 moves. I see the most obvious thing, double your rooks on that e file or the f file and attack. But I failed to do this for a while. I go pettying around the board for quite a while, trying to get him to offer up queen trades, attacking his pieces, and I never really actually get my pieces coordinated until this move here. I realize, okay, I need to barricade along this file here, and that is what I eventually decide to do. And you think, okay, if you're black, what move do you want to play here? Personally, I would probably play a move. It's got an empty thing for his king. I would probably want to trade queens. I really would, or just not move anything at all. He plays bishop b7, which is a pretty good move if I'm honest, but after rook e8, he should definitely have not have taken here, because yeah, if I take this rook here and he takes here, it's not gonna be as easy for me. But as he takes the rook, I now have this rook controlling the back rank with check. King h7, I can now play bishop d3 check. And he plays g6, weakening these pawns. I'm going to be able to checkmate. And all of a sudden my pieces start to coordinate. I play queen f3, huge mistake. I do not want to trade queens in this position. Thankfully he plays queen a1 check. I'm at it again, I want to play queens. Queen to d4 check, queen to f2. Unfortunately he takes the bishop, and this leads to queen takes d3 mate. And you may be asking, well, why did I show you that, Mr. Knight Fights 22? It's meant to be about coordinating your pieces. If you want me to do a more detailed video on this, I'd be very much happy to. But I just wanted to show this game from about move 28, when I had a significant advantage. I didn't really, yeah, as I said, a grandmaster could checkmate in this position in about 5 moves. But it took me a long time to actually figure out the basic tactic of doubling the rooks and just getting the king cornered and checkmating him. So I just wanted to show you that quick game. I finished with 50 seconds on the clock and my opponent 1 minute 15. It was a 5-minute blitz. And as I said, I'm really happy to get someone rated over the 1100s, because I want to start doing that more and more. My rating's gone up recently after I turned 15. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I've been Knight Fights 22. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. I've got loads more great videos coming, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.